comment, like,
and subscribe,
or else. Listen.
Welcome to the channel. WizofAh here with my man's Abeeku Bruce-Mensah. Say hello, Bruce.
Wait, you got
Oh, what was it? My bad.
Abeeku. Abeeku.
Oh, my fault. Abeeku. Okay, I got you. All right.
All right, go.
Restart. My fault.
Don't even cut this shit out.
Abeeku Bruce-Mensah, my good friend from college and beyond, basically. I'm very happy to have you. Welcome to the show, man.
How you doing?
I'm good. I wanted to have you. Well, I'm starting a series, and you'll be the first one on the series where I interview people who have either are going through grad school or who have finished grad school. I'm really kind of focused on hearing the perspective from people who have finished, because I feel like it's more unique once you've been the person before grad school, in grad school, and after. You kind of can see all the different steps of it. So I'm excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. I love talking about my grad school experience because I feel like people feel like you go to grad school and then you just become a CEO. Like, which I don't know why people think like that, but
I feel like that's what we portray online, though. Like a lot of people, it's kind of like what gets me is even the people that mess up a little bit along the way. It's like they'll be like, and I got everything together immediately, and it's just not. Everybody can't do that or struggles to do that. So I kind of just want to get a raw perspective. Tell us a little bit about you. I don't want to mess any of the details up. Tell us a little bit about undergrad and how you ended up going to grad school.
Okay, so undergrad, me and Thomas went to college together.
A&T Aggie Pride, baby.
You know what's going on, my boy? And my undergrad was in computer engineering. I remember I picked computer engineering because I actually originally wanted to do graphic design or something along those lines, because when I was younger, I always wanted to be an animator. And so I remember before I went to A&T, I got a scholarship to go to A&T full time. What do you call it? The Dowdy? Is that what it's called?
Dowdy, yep.
Yeah, I got the Dowdy scholarship. And so I showed up at school and I was like, well, they think I'm smart, so I can't do graphic design because that's not for smart people.
And so you picked like one of the hardest majors, I feel like.
Yeah, computer engineering definitely is like...
You were doing stuff nobody else was doing on campus. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but the problem with computer engineering, not the problem, but like what makes computer engineering so difficult is that it's a hybrid degree. It's a hybrid between computer science and electrical. The same reason why something like biochemical engineering is difficult, because you got to do bio, you got to do chem, and then you also have to do basic engineering practices. Mm-hmm. And so that's why that joint was so hard. I didn't even know. I remember the first semester I did computer engineering, I was like, I'm quitting and switching to computer science. Like this is hard for no reason, because my man's was like, I had to take like mad hard physics classes and differential equations and all of this. And my man who was in computer science was like, bro, I just took art.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious?
Dude, like, I don't know. I feel like you were even doing stuff that I didn't see the engineering students do. It was pretty nuts. Like I remember, was it your sophomore or junior year, you started like coding the steering wheel? You just had to learn it from scratch.
That was junior. That was junior year. I think that was junior year.
That was dope. It was really dope.
A steering wheel, just like a microcontroller, a brick steering wheel, like it could have been cardboard in the shape of a steering wheel, and then like some sensors, and I had to plug that. I had to take a keyboard and disassemble it and put it. My computer science friends, they was not doing that.
Nah, bro.
They was not doing that.
He was doing big stuff. And so then you got a few internships. Okay, so you had Lily at MetLife, and then so what happened once you once you graduated from A&T?
So I graduated from A&T. I was gonna go straight to grad school, but I wasn't really feeling it. Like my journey to grad school has always been kind of, even though my parents will deny it to the day they die, it's always been influenced, by my parents. I mean, my dad has 2 degrees, and then he was about to go get a law degree until he just decided not to.
Now that's crazy. I didn't know that part.
Yeah, like my dad is a professional student. Like he likes to learn. He likes to be in school. He likes the educational institution.
So the grad school, it wasn't really something you had thought about up until a certain point in life, right?
Not really. You know, like if I had my choice for real, I probably wouldn't have even went to college just because I didn't really see college as something. I mean, early on, I clocked that school was to keep me busy, not to really teach me anything. And then everything that I learned that was important was as a result of me wanting to learn it, not somebody really teaching me. Or let me say somebody taught me, but it's because I sought to be taught, not because somebody just handed it to me and was like, absorb this into your brain.
Well, like for me, I feel like the biggest things I got, especially from undergrad, was just the connections. In some way, shape, or form, I met people I never would have met back home or like around here, and they put me in positions that have helped me on my way, or at least helped me learn or fall, whatever it is. I've gained experiences I never could have got at home. I think that was more valuable than like what I learned in the classroom.
100%. Me too. Because everybody I talk to at school now is the same people I talk to and use for various things now. Like, shout out to my man's Michael. I was living in his house while
shout
I was
out Mike, baby.
Shout out to the man's Mike. But like, if I hadn't had that connection, I wouldn't be up there paying. So, you know, because we were splitting the rent, and he was rarely ever there because he's a consultant. Ooh, I just had deja vu. He's a consultant. I was able to live pretty much in my own house for only like $700 a month. So like
not
that,
bad. Not these days.
I mean, that's clean.
Yeah,
like, that's not clean. And so like, it's dope. I feel like when people think about the connections you gain from school, they think you're gonna meet somebody who's gonna be a CEO in the future, and then you just show them on their doorstep and they give you a job. Like sometimes it's as simple as you need a house and you got a man's who has one, and then you can just live there, and that's better. That was if you had not went to school, you would not have that connection. And most people who don't go to college don't have those connections. They don't.
Especially if you got people in your corner. I know Mike's always giving a lot of love to everybody in the group. I can say that for sure. He's always pushing us to do well. That's all he care about. You know,
that's all any of us really care about, for real.
Yeah.
I started working because I was hesitant to go.
Did you go back to Lilly? I can't remember.
I went back to Lilly. Yeah, I worked at Lilly from 2016 to the end of 2019. The reason why I went back to grad school was because I think it was 2018. It was the beginning of 2018. I got fired. Or no, the end of 2017, I got fired. I got reallocated, which means you're fired, but we're not going to lay you off. We're going to give you a chance to find another job at the company.
Okay.
And so after finding another job at the company in a place where I knew I wasn't going to like, I was like, if this is the way that y'all run business, I'm leaving. And that was the moment that I decided I was going to go back to grad school. I went back because it seemed safe. I was like, I don't want to just quit.
Corporate is cutthroat, man.
Very.
It is.
Very.
I don't know. I feel like the environment breeds a certain type of. You got. I don't know. I don't want to talk about people, but I feel like you do have to be kind of vicious to make it, especially in certain companies, because it's business.
But the craziest thing is, and this is what I always tell people who don't understand corporate structure, is corporate structure is like taking a butter knife and cutting somebody. Because if you slash somebody with a butter knife, they're not gonna get cut. But if you slash them 1,000 times, you're gonna cut their arm off. And so that's what corporate is that they're not gonna tell you, hey, you're fired. They're gonna be like, you're reallocated.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna make your life harder a little bit.
It's what your mama say when your friends gotta leave. You ain't gotta go home, but you
gotta stay here.
You know what I'm saying? That's what corporate does. They will never outright say the thing that they mean, but they mean it. And so it makes it difficult for people to navigate, because people, especially Black people, especially African people, and this is something that you learn. I'll get on a tangent a little bit. I've been learning to speak my parents' language. It's called Tree. Awesome. And the one thing I learned about Tree is that language in Tree is very specific and it's direct. You go, you come. You know what I mean? There's no fluff words. They say you go, you come, put it down, pick it up. And everything is very tonal, as in you speak down. You don't go, hey, could you? It's, hey, could you? You know what I'm saying? Like and it makes it very direct. And in Western popular civilizations, speaking is almost like painting a picture. Like they use 1,000 different words to communicate everything. Everything is very like up and down. Hey, could you come over here and do that? Like that's how white people talk. Hey, you think you could do this for me? Like, no, we don't speak like that in Africa. It's very do this, don't do this. Come here, go there. That's why white people are so good at lying. Let me get racist. But in corporate, I was joking about white people, half joking. But that's why corporate structures can propagate lies so well, because they're very good at making something sound beautiful. Like a lie can sound beautiful when you speak it in English. When you lie in Tree, it's very much like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't lie well in a language that's very direct. Crazy. And so when you translate that to a corporate structure, it becomes very difficult to navigate for people who are Black, because Black people also don't speak. And it's not as bad as it is. It's not as intense as it is in an African language. Black people don't butter up their language. Black people would be like, if you don't get your ass on, that's not how Black people speak.
Very blunt, consistent.
It's very blunt, yeah.
It's so like kind of what you're saying kind of reminds me. I felt a lot of passive aggressiveness whenever I've been in corporate environments. And that's just, bro, that stuff eats at me all day. It does.
It's because Eurocentric cultures don't speak directly. Their language. Think about it. What is it called? French or Italian. These are love languages. Love ain't direct. Yeah. You can't even, half the time when you love your girl, you can't even describe it. Yeah. Like, you're like, I just love her. Like, it's like, I don't really know what else to say. Mm-hmm. And so these languages were created to describe love, to put as many words to something that's indescribable as possible. Whereas other languages aren't love languages because they don't do that. They're like, I love you, and you know what they mean. Because you don't need a lot of words to describe love. It's a feeling, it's an emotion, it's something you communicate through your body. So when you go to work, they use a lot of words to lie. That's all they just use as many words as possible to lie. Hey, so they you're a great employee, but we're gonna push off your promotion to this other date because we really want this other person to get an opportunity. That's how them saying you're not a good employee. We don't like you. We want to fire you, but we can't fire you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll take 1,000 different words to communicate really obvious things to you.
Yep. And so they hit you with that. They try to hit you with the okie doke, and you were like, nah, I'm gonna go back to grad school and kind of elevate myself.
Exactly.
A little bit. Like,
I was like,
So what was that since you weren't like fully prepared at the time? What was that transition like? Did you have to go kind of research how to get into school, or did you
been saving up for a long time to get my girl a diamond ring. I think I'll finally be able to propose to her. I think I will.
3 of our guards are down. They say we have a bat sighting. Everybody be on guard.
Bats? They got rodents at the iceberg lounge? What happened?
He's tearing through us! Get the guns! Get the guns! We'll never survive without them!
The guns? Y'all got guns for rodents? Why don't you just get an exterminate? Bro, who owns the Iceberg Lounge?
What do you mean who owns it? It's Oswald Cobblepot. Everybody knows that.
Hey, bro, which
What?
Which bat is it?
What do you mean which bat is it? Just
what's he wearing? What do he look like?
I don't know. I think he has a red hood on.
It's Jason.
Hey babe, you coming home? I made your favorite.
Hey babe, don't.
You okay?
Babe, don't make that in the night. I'm gonna be eating through too. Right?
What do you mean? Through a straw?
Babe,
do you want a smoothie or something? Why are you talking like that? What's going on? Tell me where the hospital is.
Babe,
what's wrong? What
babe,
happened?
Hold on.
Are you okay?
Too, right?
Babe, you okay? 2.5.